Good you a bit evening. I'm back. Took a little longer break than I expected, but I feel like it's Christmas. I ate so much I need to crawl into an iron lung. So I was giving myself to digest, let's say. So I'm back to I'm back to chew bubble gum and kill bears, and I'm fresh out of bubble gum. Come on, load the fucking
Here
thing
we
up
go.
already.
You got this. They need you to find this thing, and any of its friends, then put it in the ground. Because they're stuck until you do. Recent sites on your map. Good luck.
Am I gonna need a shovel? Come on, textures. I don't want to say go home, you're drunk. Thank you very much. Uh, what is it? It's 3 a.m. There's a storm inbound. Do I have a bed? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Let's turn this fucking thing on, shall we? And maybe sleep. Like so. On the previous stream, the rescue I went on took a little longer than I was expecting. So that's why we didn't really get up to much on this prospect, but it was fun. I left my other dude on the prospect in case the guy needs any further help, but he should be all right now. Got him enough titanium together to make a hunting rifle. He's going to have to go back into the southern glacier to play with more polar bears, but he'll be all right with a hunting rifle. Gonna get a few things made up while we're just hanging about, waiting for the storm to pass. Doesn't look very friendly outside. And thankfully, on a side note, I sold enough of my stupid Rust skins that I now have enough money to on my Steam wallet when the Death Stranding director's cut drops. I'll be able to buy that from the income of my Rust skin sales. I definitely made a loss on them over time, but I can't really. I don't really care. It wasn't all that many of them, and I uninstalled Rust. I'm I'm never going back to playing that dumpster fire of a game. Well, no, that's not fair. The game itself is pretty good. It's more the community at large and the way, unfortunately, quite a large majority of people that play that game act that's the problem. It's bred a different style of it's bred a different style of asshole, and I just don't give two shits about them. They can fucking get on with it. Are you going to hurry up and be over? I have that happen more and more often now. Did you see that? It had wolf on the bed. Like the fucking game is confused that the wolf, the fur in the bed is actually a wolf or something. It's weird. Oh yeah, I was gonna make some anti-poison tonics, wasn't I? That's right. Did we get the Rona? We did, but if we go outside for just a moment shortly, then we should be able to shake it. Let's have a look at our food situation. We've got fishies. We really need some stringy meat. I want to save that for when we go to the desert. Okay, the storm's over. We should be seeing a bear in this general area. There's one that spawns up there and usually comes down in the mornings to grab a drink. But he comes down to drink from the lake. And there's usually another one. Let's go around the other side of the lake. There's usually one over there as well. Over there. And over there, and then one level further down as well. It's all about the bear today. My bullocks. I want my arrow back. Where is it? There it is. Hoping I get that one back. Yes. Oh, hello, Mr. Boar. At least we can get some bacon from you. Oh, and some white meat. I haven't had any of that for a while. That's nice. Fucking idiot. I've come to ration my arrows a little more nowadays than I used to, because I used to use bone arrows, and then I switched to using the flint arrows. But whenever I bring... Oh, white meat again. Whenever I bring arrows from the station with me, I try and ration those out for as long as I possibly can, making sure to go get them and try not fire any duds. But when I'm with a bone arrow or flint arrow, then because they're so cheap, I'll just let it fly more and more often. The rule of big numbers, one of them's bound to hit sooner or later. But we pick our shots now. And the primary objective is the arrow. Once we get more materials together, I won't care as much. Like the last time I made a batch of composite arrows, I made like 150 of them, and I didn't really care even about those. Soft meat? Nah. Until it, like it's so weird. I was pushing forward then, and until the rabbit stopped jiggling around and we were able to skin it, it was like there's some sort of invisible wall in front of me. Like the collision box of the rabbit had suddenly grown to about 10 times its size, and it was blocking me from moving forward. Oh. What up, Mr. Pig? Give me that bacon, son. Oh, wrong one. Veal. What is it with the fucking deer? Are you going to give me that? No, you're not. More often than not, when I'm shooting these deer, I lose my fucking arrow. I'm down 4 of them. Where are you, Mr. Bear? There's usually... Where are we? Yeah, there's usually one up here. That's one level down. Like that cliff face there, that's separating level from, what is it, where you normally drop for the agriculture mission. And there's a waterfall over there with the river that leads down. And there's like usually there's one in this kind of area, and then he's the one that'll like wander up past that lake. There's one over here. There's two separate spots on the opposite side of the lake, more or less next to where our base is. And there's another one that sometimes wanders in this kind of an area. I'm guessing they kind of mix and match. They don't, what is it, don't necessarily use all of the different spawn points in all of the missions. They just kind of mix and match. Like this mission, you'll get them spawning in like, 1, 3, and 7, and the other mission you'll get them spawning in like 2, 4, and 6. It seems. At least that's what I found with the polar bears, at least. And now it would seem I'm encountering that more and more often with the plain bears. Got an inventory full of fucking spoils, and we haven't seen or heard a single bear in areas that they normally should be spawning in. There's a cave here, isn't there? Yeah. What up, Mr. Boar? Are you going to the site of where your friend's carcass was? Anyone home? There you are. You wanker. Thought as much. Well, we're going to have to shoot you because I'm not running up there in time. No exotics. Well, let's start from back to front, shall we? We've got a gold thingy here, but it's a little too far away. Is there no platinum? Because the platinum pick's going to be the first thing I'm going to be able to make. And I want to kind of ration the use of this pick for now, because I don't want to be making a steel pick just to mine tier 2 metals. Yeah. We'll leave this place alone then. Stringy meat. That's what I want. Stringy meat. Gonna fucking die already, mate. See, your friend gets the idea. You just didn't want to die. Stringy meat at fucking last. Mr. Ball, what is it that you were chewing on over here? There's nothing here. Oh, you stopped at this one, didn't you? Mate. It's my kill. You don't get to chew on that. You hear me? You obviously didn't. Where's that arrow? There it is. Finally, we hear a fucking bear. Yeah. Thank you very fucking much. Well, even if it's actually made landfall somewhere, that's probably somewhere up there and I'm not going to be able to reach it. Where's the... there he is. Let's skin what we've got left down here. Out of the spoils. And then go find Mr. Bear. He was roaring up on the hill behind me and to the left. Oh, he's come further down. I heard him over there somewhere earlier. Well, he was probably over here then. So I hear him over there now. I think I'm going to relay race this guy. Oh, bollocks. He saw me. That definitely wasn't clean. And no T-bone. Thunderstorm. Oh joy. I'm gonna have to... we're gonna have to weather that in this cave, aren't we? We've already got nearly 700 bones. Well, fuck me sideways. That's a lot of epoxy. We'll go home once this storm's over. Chuck the things on the drying rack we want to dry and cook up the rest. Well, actually, put most of it in the fridge, but cook up the rest. Oh, there's a lot new, mate. A hell of a lot. I mean, honestly, it'd be too much to try and sum up. They've added a bunch of new tech and changed things about the animals, and added new bosses and a bunch of new missions. I'd recommend checking out the Discord. They put the update notes in the announcements channel. Well, no, because there aren't going to be, as far as we know at least, even in the DLCs, there aren't going to be any humanoid aliens. They're all going to be animals. Most recently, they added scorpions to the desert, which are annoying little fuckers because they bury themselves in the sand, and from a distance they just look like rocks, and then they crawl out of the sand and try and sting you and pinch you with their big claws. Oh, there's cave worms. The caves have worms that slither out of the ground and spit acid at you. That's probably the most alien-like creature that we've got, but that again is stuff that they said from the beginning that they're only going to be having in the DLC. The alien-like creatures that we got to see in the trailers, they're only going to be in the DLC. These blokes, where are you? They've respawned already because I just killed the fuckers when I came in the last time. No. No. It takes them a while to respawn, and they don't always respawn. I killed them the last time I came in this cave. They didn't respawn yet. There's like a little, you see a little hole in the ground, and they slither out like a little snake kind of thing. I mean, the best I could say to describe it, if you've seen the film, you've seen Tremors, like the bigger Tremors, the worm things. They have these like smaller worms that come out of their mouth and have like have four pincer-like things for a mouth. They look like that, just bigger, and blue. They come out of the ground and scream at you, and they spit acid. Come on, hurry up, Storm. Where are you, Mr. Bear? I want to kill you and get your juicy T-bone steaks. Let's go home. What are we going to get from that? Exposure resistance. Yes, please. And then that's more. Yeah, we'll see about cooking that up. Can't remember what that one gives us cooked. Where is it? White meat, white meat, white meat. Cook. Oh, it's a prime meat modifier. And so is that. So I just have 2 prime meat versions. Well, look, let's chuck the bacon on there for sure. And we'll chuck that in there for now. Well, tell a lie. No, we'll chuck that. Well, I'll put it on the I'll put it on the drying rack later. Because the drying rack is full enough. It's so silly. The way this drying rack works. Yeah, you'd think because it's got a bunch of sticks, you know, you see these little hooks to put stuff on. Yeah, you'd think if you did that, yeah, then each of these things would get dried at the same time individually. But no, it just does one thing at a time like that, which is fucking bollocks. Yeah, because by the time all of that gets dried, a lot of that's going to go bad. So I'm just going to do that because I'm more interested in the dried stringy meat, to be quite honest. I can't be asked to make more drying racks. Okay, let's get turning all of this bone into epoxy. And there's finally another Mr. Bear. Where we put the leather? Got a lot of it. Give me another raw, Mr. Bear. I need to know what way to go. Look, which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? There you are. My furry little friend. You were disappointing. T-bone steak. T-bone steak. The lack of bears vexes me. I'm vexed. Thought as much. I could hear that sounds that he started to make before he roared. That's why I keep telling people to fucking use their sound and actually listen to the forest. I think it's a fucking joke. 99 times out of 100 you'll hear the fucking bear before you see him. And I guarantee you that's part of the fucking... the animal AI. That... The AI is dynamic enough that the system obviously knows when you're pointing towards an animal. Because if you just observe an animal, yeah, let's say a wolf or something, you just observe it without pointing towards it, and especially not with your bow drawn. Just observe it. It'll walk along, and it'll stop, yeah, but it'll stop at much larger intervals than when you're aiming at it. You'll find yourself very often aiming at an animal and probably just about to release, if especially when you're leading with your shot, like you're aiming before the animal, yeah, in prep to compensate for the fact that the arrow has flight time, so that the arrow will get there just at the right time. That's what they call leading a shot, yeah. And I guarantee you that the AI has got something dynamic written into it to make the animal stop more often when it's being aimed at or looked at more directly with a weapon. Because there are so many cases where I'm just about to release, or I've just released, and that's when the fuck happens to stop, and the arrow would have hit. It's just, you know, I didn't factor in the fact that he stopped at that precise moment in time. No T-bone again. I see that. Look, we're just observing that deer. Yeah. Look how many times it stops, but then it stopped there for a reason. It changed its direction. Well, it's seen us now, so it's not particularly a good example. Oh, I can hear Mr. Bear's very, very faint thudding footsteps. He's over here somewhere. Where are you? We've got a wolf to the left of us. Were you trying to sneak up on me, Mr. Wolf? This fucker's probably laid down. It's the afternoon. Oh no. It's still moving. Is that you there? No, that was just a bush. I can still hear the thuds, and he just gave us a little bit of a moan. I just can't pinpoint it now because we've got too much other fucking noise in the area. We've got the sound of the waterfall. I think he's over there somewhere. That's too thick. I'm not going in after him. Not with the changes they made to the bear AI. If I could get a good line of sight on him and tag him to get him to come out here, then fair enough, but I'm not going in after him. There's too many fucking... Oh. The fuck? So that's what I mean. I couldn't... Oh, he's over there. Well, look at you, Mr. Bear. Fuck me sideways. Great. Fucking pissed him off. Not hit him. Oh, I'm going to wait for him in the water. I'm not going to fuck around with this guy. Not in these ridiculously shit circumstances. Do you want to fuck off, you little cunt? Fuck off. Let's just make our way home, shall we? Before we get ourselves in a situation we'll regret. I was pushing it with jumping off of that ledge before. It was probably thanks to the green backpack that we didn't get any more damage than we did. Let's go home and sleep. and hope that any bears that might be in the area will come down to the lake for their morning drink. How's that doing? All done? Lovely. We've got way too much rope. I mean, rope, leather. We'll turn it all to rope. I haven't made any crispy bacon yet. Let's get out to that lake's edge, make sure we catch Mr. Bear at the lake if he does come down. No? No one thirsty? can see my shadow there, but then I turn, and it basically disappears. Where are all the bears? Oh, I guess it isn't the Riverlands, is it? Really don't want to have to run to the Riverlands just to get a decent yield of bears. Oh, I heard some thuds, but then again, we also just heard the buffalo as well, so that could just be the buffalo's feet. It's a deer. There you are, Mr. Bear. And we fucking released that way late. Brought to you by Hindering and Pinning Shop. And no T-bone. Fuck it, I'm gonna go mine. We'll put the rest of the shit together that we need to get the electronics. I could spend rest of the day doing that, and I might never come up with a T-bone. Let's just move forward with what we can actually get done. There's the wood. Cook my bacon, bitch. Two misfires right one after the other. Yeah, I held right click. I went to press left. I pressed left click and nothing happened. It didn't draw back on the bow. Oh, hello. Sorry. Well, I'd like to demonstrate bear dancing, but I just got back from looking for bears, and I only came across two in like 20 minutes. So I just gave up to go and do some mining. There's supposed to be at least 6 spawn points for bears in the area. They just spawn so infrequently. I was like, fuck it, I'll give up. I really need a T-bone, but I need to get my tier 2 stuff done as well. If I spend forever trying to hunt for bears, I'm probably going to have to go to the Riverlands, because at least there's a nice high bear spawn rate. Or I might be able to get away with just going a bit further north, because this area here, and where are we? M9 cave, and this area here has them spawn more frequently. Well, I don't know what it is that they've done with this the new meat system, but on my previous previous 3 drops, I probably killed I don't want to be excessive, somewhere in the range of like 50 to 60 bears. And out of all of them, on one of the drops, I got a sum total of about 11 T-bones, and the majority of those I got from like one bear. So I got T-bones on 2 occasions out of at least 60. And on the next drop, I killed even more, but I didn't. In the beginning I got nothing at all, and then once I got the first one, then they seemed to be coming thick and fast, like the T-bones. I seem to be getting a really really shitty roll of the dice with the meat drops. Like just recently, I got a bunch of white meat, and what did I get? I put it on the drawing. Oh, I put it in the fridge. I mean, bacon is simple, because bacon you get from fucking boars all the time. Yeah, I got a bunch of white meat, and I got some game meat, and I got a little bit of stringy meat that I've already dried. But even the stringy meat, I seem to like. Just right after the update, I started. I was doing. I didn't even start a new mission. I was in the middle of doing Voyager. Yeah, on that one, I just got fucking stringy meat right, left, and center from just about everything I killed. That is supposed to drop it. I got tons of it. Yeah, and since then, the amount of the new meats I get just seems to be going down and down and down. With the T-bones being at the top of the list of rarest meats. It's really fucking annoying. And you only need one for this mission. That's what's the most annoying. I only need one, and I can't even find that. Oh yeah, I guess for the other container. I didn't go to that one yet because we've got a setup to get the electronics to get tier 2. I thought, fuck it, I might as well make a base. And I set up near this one. Anyone else at home? Ah, platinum. No. Not that I'm aware. I don't think I put any on meat. I know I put some on it. Oh, yeah. I do have that one. But that's it. Yeah, I remember now. I had to put a whole bunch on here just to rank up so I could actually get down to polar bear. I forgot about that. Yeah. Bones. The rest aren't. The rest aren't connected to meat, are they? No. Yeah, just this one, the first one. Fucking hell. Well, come to think of it now, if I'm getting such a shit yield with that plus 25%, then I can only imagine how fucking bad it must be for some people that don't even have that one activated. Oh, nice. Cave Rona. Thank you very much. And of course we left antibiotics in the house. Let's go and get healthy, shall we? No, I'll chuck that in there. We do have one, don't we? Yeah. Let's make some more while we're at it, shall we? And I have more of that too, so we can make some more anti-poison. Let's go out on another little bear run, shall we? See if anyone's bothered to respawn. I'll get some game meat, come to think of it. What have we got? We've got dried, but I want to save that for the desert. Did we only have... We only had bacon on the... Let's put the rest of the bacon away and cook up some of that white meat. At least that'll give us prime meat buff. We can put that away. Unearthed. Yeah, I've done that one twice already. Yeah, I've been meaning to. I can't be bothered to get the, because I need to get the cooking station to make the animal fat, and then I have to make the potbelly stove. And I'd rather put my metal into getting up to T4 first. Still need to make the fucking cement mixer. Cement furnace. What do I need for that? Yeah, I still need a bunch of iron for that. I've been concentrating a little too much on going after bears to try and get the T-bone. I put mining and crafting on the back burner. Just been running around this lake and the river further down looking for bears to kill. Because normally, yeah, because it changes from... No, I know. It's just, what is it? The recurve's 12,500 durability and the worm bow's 10,000. Normally there'll be a bear that spawns somewhere around here, yeah. And then most mornings, what I experienced previously is it in the morning, first thing in the morning, they'll usually run out of the forest to go to the water to drink. I haven't seen them do that outside of the Riverlands nowadays, so they either changed that or removed it, or I don't know what. Yeah, but there'd be one here that would come down and take a drink, and then he'd wander into this little valley thing, yeah, and just roam around. There's another one that spawns up there, does basically the same thing, comes down, roams around that area. And there's supposed to be another one that spawns over there somewhere and then walks down here. And if we go over that direction, there's one that spawns behind where those trees are and then roams that general area. And just on the horizon line there's a little cliff to a lower down area where another one spawns. Oh, at last. Where are you, my son? Show me your head, please. And no T-bone. I got my arrow back at least. I mean, that's more or less how it goes with the ones here. They're so low level. 3 max 4 shots and he's down. And that one was 2. Yeah, and like I was saying, there's one that usually spawns down in this area and wanders around, and there's one that spawns on the opposite side of the river that's just across the way. No, I can understand why though, because this is the... this is the starting area. I mean, like with all games, as you progress deeper and deeper into the game, things tend to get more difficult. And it's the same. It's the same thing with this. This region is, well. Where is it? Oh yeah, where are you? There you are. How the hell did that fucking miss? Did that go through in between his legs or something? At fucking last, hallelujah. Fucking Luya. Yeah, I wish I could fucking... I wish I could mount you, bear. I would mount your head above my fucking bed. I've killed an inordinate amount of them to get that. I fucking deserved it. I must be coming up on the 1,000 bears killed by now. Where are we? 263. Oh, of course, you stupid idiot. The other fucking character, innit? This is my secondary character. Put you on ice. Oh, it was 7, I think, or 8. 8. Yeah, when they drop, it tends to be somewhere around like 6, 7, up to 11ish. But then again, that's probably because of that yield. So that yield thing probably just increases how much you get. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's just if it yields a certain meat, you get 25% more of it, and then this thing gives you another 225%. So I've got basically a 250% increase on yield if it happens to be in the loot table. Oh yeah, the solo table as well. I forgot about that. Bottom right. Oh, I don't have any of those. Stamina. Bottom left. Okay. Yeah, I don't have these. So I'd have 325 with this knife and the other talents. If I took that as well, I'd have 325% extra yield. I need to put together a slightly more a slightly more multiplayer centric one where I try and put more onto things that will give me more base health and stamina as part of the other trees. Because I've noticed I don't really play with other people much, and the last couple of times I've gone on rescue missions, having a significantly smaller stamina bar and less health, as well as running slower, has been really fucking annoying. It would be nice to have a dude a dude whose build is I could completely forget about like weight capacity things. Well, not necessarily completely, but put way less emphasis on it, and then put more into some of the other trees where it's going to net me some more stamina and health if there is anything else I can put on. That would be helpful for a rescuer. I really haven't looked at the talent tree in that much detail. I just went for I just kind of YOLO'd it. When I went to respec, then I had a little bit of a close up gander at what's there, but I haven't really delved into it. It's it's a little bit it's a little bit too deep for me. I've never really got into that side of things in games. Even in Fallout, what is it? In Fallout 76 with all those cards, it's too much attention to give to a fucking game. I just throw something together that feels right and YOLO the rest of it. I play a game to have fun, not do math. People calculating all kinds of fucking shit. What feels good for me? I'm an anecdotal player. Okay. Well, let's actually get on with something and not just stand around like a lemon. Let's have a look. We need 8 nails. Give me nails. Stone, wood. Yeah, I'm running low on wood anyway. Let's go and... Let's go and chop some fibrous cellulose, shall we? Was that you? Yeah, that was him. I heard some heavy footsteps and I thought it was another bear for a minute. Yeah, I wouldn't mind demonstrating. It's just you see how infrequently you come across them in this area, and even when you do, I'd have to actually actively try not to kill it and just piss him off to get him to come after me so I could show you. I've got a feeling that was just a buffalo. Yeah, that was just buffalo. We do need stone as well. Yeah, they are rather fun. I'm still having trouble hitting their critical spot though. The damn thing's so fucking small. Yeah, the changes they made to the AI has definitely made things. It's definitely spiced things up. It's made it more interesting. I thought so too, but they might have more than one critical spot, and I also thought it was somewhere on the centre back, and I regularly try and hit that, but I don't know whether it was through what is it. So I need to stop trying to listen and talk at the same time. I thought I heard a bear again. Never mind. But apparently there's something on the quite near the bottom on their sides, and I. Do you mind? I'm trying to have a conversation here. Like on the towards the bottom on their sides, like almost where their one of their front legs is. I seem to have more luck hitting that, and I get criticals from there as well. Let's get the stringy meat on so we can actually swing that pick like we're alive. Someone put a decent screenshot on the Discord with a little picture of with like a red dot or a red cross or something in the rough area. I tried that, and I seem to have more luck hitting that more regularly. But I know which other spot you're talking about. I could have for the life of me sworn that was it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They're up for 14 days after the stream, and I recently started streaming simultaneously to Twitch and YouTube, and on YouTube, of course, they're there until YouTube or I delete it, so they'll be there forever. But I am a mere pleb on Twitch, so I'm not afforded the same luxuries that the affiliates are, because once you step up to affiliate, then they hold on to the videos for 60 days, and I'm not sure what it is for partner. But you probably step up there when you go to partner as well. Give me my nails. There we go. Cement mixer. Yoink. I'll have that. Thank you very much. Where are we going to put it? Can we get it there? No, the roof won't let us. We'll put it there. I'll just put the extra in there. Bosh. Now we're going to need some silica and tree sap. Let's turn the rest of that into twigs, shall we? Three, four. There we go, that'll do for now. And we just need some silica. Storm's over, get some sleep. Ah, nice. The rest of our white meat is cooked. Let's go search for silica and hopefully we come across bears at the same time. Good morning, Mr. Buffalo. Chew any good grass lately? Oh, my fucking iron pick's almost broken though. Is that silica? No, that's oxide as well. Well, we're going to need a bit more of that as well anyway, because we have to make resin for the electronics. Sorry about that. Just had a quick nose into the Discord. Someone pinged me. I saw your ass and I thought you were a bear. I got all happy for a minute there. Then I saw the rest of you. That's a bear. That's a bear. That's a bear. We don't even need T-bones anymore. I love playing with bears. That was a hammer time attack. I was about to say I saw some silica, and then I heard the bear and ran away, and then forgot where the silica was. Well, the last one in particular, that was mainly just a rescue that I went on. Quite near the end, while we were still in the Arctic, I had a polar bear come at me. I was only able to successfully dodge one of his attacks, but I managed to kill him. It would be just it would be the video previous. Wait, was it the video previous to that? Or did, let me have a look. If I think my computer crashed, and then that video in particular got split up into two. Prospectors looking out. Yeah, those. Yeah, that's basically one stream. The last two videos, because my computer crashed and it got split up into two. The scorpions, no. Probably best bet is probably like the last two in unearthed research. The thumbnail of one of them is green from the flares the guy was shooting up, and then the one before that. Let's wrap this up and get on the new mission. The two that are titled that. There's one that's 4 hours long and one that's 5.5 hours long. I couldn't really pinpoint where exactly, but on that stream in particular, I was killing. Or in that mission in particular, I was killing quite a lot of bears. And that was after the patch, because I wanted to get onto the new missions. Where are we? Oh, I just heard a bear. I think there's one just above us. Oh, no problem. Thanks for lurking. There's one of those will definitely have quite a few bear jousts, because I remember being quite peeved that I could barely get any T-bones there as well, even though I was killing a whole bunch of them. Yep, that's definitely a bear. Where are you, mate? We have jousting technique to demonstrate. Go on, don't be shy. Keep roaring. Are you down here or up there? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say you were up here. I guessed wrong. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Alright, let's give ourselves some room and just piss him off. This is a hammer time attack. Yeah. You just jump early, and you see he already turned around. That's a hammer time attack. That was another hammer time attack. I wasn't doing a particularly good job of jumping out of the way there. The first round, I'm still working on it myself. You've got to time it pretty well. Before, you could let him get relatively close to you, and you jump out of the way, and you're fine. But now, you have to jump a lot earlier, because he also starts his attack earlier. And if you time it right, you can get out of the way just fine. And it's, what is it? After he's done the attack, regardless of what kind of attack he's come at you with, he'll turn around and come at you again a lot sooner than he did before. Like before, he'd run quite a lot further away, and he'd take his time to turn around and come back at you, but he turns around a lot faster. And he kept doing the hammer time attack over and over this time. But what I mean by like the other ones is when it instead of coming straight for you, sometimes they'll break either right or left, and then they'll try. It's like they're trying to get behind you. They're running around you. Yeah, and then he'll come wide, and then when he's relatively close, then he'll break and come towards you. And that one, basically, the only way really to counter it is I walk backwards, I walk away from him, and always try to be facing him, so that I can see when he goes into his attack. Yeah, and you've really got to be on the ball there, because more or less as soon as he starts his attack, you've got to jump out of the way. But you've just got to keep an eye on him, and always keep him in your sight, so you can see when he's going to go into his attack, and then you jump out of the way. And the zigzag is just what the name implies. When he comes towards you, he comes in a zigzag straight towards you. And when I mentioned on Discord, is you've got to know, you've got to pay attention to what his last direction was before he attacks you. You need to know whether he's zigged or he's zagged, because if he's coming from like over on the right to the left, yeah, he's going to be using his right paw to attack you. Then you want to be jumping out of the way to the right. Yeah, but then if he's coming from the left to the right, he's still going to be using his right paw, so you have to jump out towards the left. You have to not. He doesn't change paws that he attacks with. So regardless of what direction he's come from, you've got to jump in the opposite direction from. Well, no, actually, no. To make it easier to think about, you've got to run in the direction that he came from. If he stops on the left and he's running towards the right, you jump to the left. So, and if he's coming from the right towards the left, you have to jump to the right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And whenever I'm in a bear joust, it doesn't really matter what I'm doing. As soon as I'm going into an attack with a bear, my pinky finger is fixed on the shift. So whatever moving I'm doing, I'm always going to be running. My finger's always glued. My pinky finger's always glued to shift when I'm in a bear joust. So that as soon as I push either direction to go and jump, I'm getting as much distance in that jump as I possibly can. If you're just pressing left and right and jump, that distance that you get from the jump isn't going to be enough in a lot of cases. And you've really got to time it right. It's very much so down to the timing now. Like if you jump out of the way when he's just starting to swing his paw, then you're okay. But if he's mid swing, if his paw is like halfway swung already, then it doesn't matter what direction you jump. That might be why you think that you're coming up against the wall all the time. There's really like a critical time at the beginning of his swing that you have to jump, or it doesn't matter what you do, he's always going to get you. And I haven't tested it, but I can almost guarantee you really need to have. There's probably some critical minimum amount of movement speed that you need to be able to pull it off. Because your jumps are a lot slower. Yeah, well, one, they're slower, but what's critical in this situation is they're shorter when you've got a slower movement speed. So there's probably some critical minimum that below that it doesn't matter what you do. No, 460 or something, wasn't it? Yeah, 461. But that's relatively slow for me because I normally have the other. I normally have the. Well, let me hold the bow. Does it actually show the difference? Yeah, when I'm holding the bow, it's 497. That's usually around 540-ish because I have the other movement speed thing. It's just I've got the stupid desert suit on now, so I've only got one module. But with two modules, with all the talents and everything I've got, the backpack and holding a bow, it's somewhere around 541, 540 something. I'm interested now. Where are we? Rescue prospectors. Yeah, let's look at this one. I'll mute that. See if I can find the rough time where. No, that's me back on my prospect already. That was us going home. So I'm just scanning through it myself right now. I think I might have happened across. No, we're standing on top of the shack. We'd finished. We'd finished extracting a vein. Well, it's a misnomer. We hadn't finished. The polar bear had destroyed our extractor, so we said, okay, we'll call it here. My aim is still way off a lot of the times. I need to pay more attention. I end up needing to dodge more than I really should, because when I turn to shoot at him, I miss his head, so I only get, you know, some bloody hell. All right. Let's get inside then, shall we? Before I get fucking struck by lightning. I end up missing him more often than not, and then you wind up having to make more dodges. I need to work on paying attention with my aim. I think I might have found... Yeah, I think so. Oh, that was right after the attack, because I was using a bandage. I think I found the timestamp where we attacked the polar bear. I can see it. Let me look on the map. Everything from here to the edge, the edge of the Arctic. Yeah, this is me reviving him. Yeah, I found it. The second time. I'm skinning it. I got him. Yeah, here we are. Where are we? Where's the link? Share. Copy to clipboard. In that video. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. It closed it. It was 44. Let's play. I got him. Not 44.
When hit
In front of us. Around the 43-minute mark in that video.
this was beautiful.
We're on our way home in the Arctic, and then a polar bear attacks the dude I'm with, and the polar bear one hits him basically, and then I managed to take him down. There's an example of a successful dodge in that one. I mean, I got lucky there. I got very lucky there, because I actually made some consistent shots with the compound bow and composite arrows, and it didn't take much to kill him. I think I probably laid like 4 shots into him. 4, maximum 5. I think it's 4. It was quite apt timing on the part of the devs to make the change that they did. I was just getting into the flow of even jousting polar bears, and then they went and changed their mechanics and turned everything up to 11. Now we have to almost start from fresh, trying to figure them out. Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. I can't say I was getting bored of it because I wasn't, but this definitely adds an extra level to it. I can't, I can't, I can't honestly, like definitively say that I don't remember seeing. I haven't fought as many polar bears as I have normal bears since the update. I haven't seen polar bears do any of the breaking that the normal bears do, like the zigzags and the roundhouse. But there does seem to be some difference in what they do when they're in front of you. I honestly couldn't put my finger on it because I've spent more time just trying to run away from them once they go in for their attack to put some distance between me and him so I can line up for another shot than paying attention to what he was doing. But I haven't seen them do the roundhouse or the zigzag out of the, I don't know, maybe it's very few, maybe 6 or 7 polar bears that I've taken on since. Well, it's the good thing about the Arctic. You can see them coming from a mile off, so with a decent bow and some high tier arrows, you can usually down them before they get anywhere near you. In that situation, the only reason I heard the bear already, and I was trying to tell the guy, hey, there's a bear there because his graphic settings are on like really low, so his render distance is quite bad, and he didn't even see the bear yet, and he was almost on top of it. Poor guy, fucking hell, he must have lost so much XP in that game. Like I went in to rescue him because he got killed by a polar bear, and then I make up some equipment. I run all the way there. I revive him, and now I'm like, I'll go back to your base. Yeah, and this is in the southern Arctic, of course. And his base is up by the M4 lake in the desert. And I'm like, oh, you're welcome. No problem. No problem. I have to get back to my other prospect. I'll go back to your base and I'll log off there. If you need any help, let me know. And no more than 5 minutes goes by, and then he sends me another message saying, "Hey, mate, could you come back?" And I was like, "A polar bear? Yeah, a polar bear." So, but he'd set up. He went to the exotics vein and set up his little mining shack. Yeah, and no sooner had he set the shack up and put the extractor down and had the extractor going, a polar bear comes up and fucks him up. So I had to run all the way back again from M4 all the way to the southern glacier, and then I took care of the bear and revived him. But of course, at that time, I prepped a little better and I got a compound bow and composite arrows because he had materials at his house. And then I stayed with him. We did as much of the exotics mining as we could before another polar bear attacked and destroyed the extractor again. And then we just decided, okay, fuck it, we'll leave. And that clip was just as we were on our way out. He got killed once. That's why I went to rescue. Then he got killed again. I went to rescue again, and he got probably killed another 3 times while I was there. Poor guy. And the previous rescue I went on, that was even more brutal for him. Like he'd finished mining the exotics and he was severely overloaded, and he was walking encumbered, like almost halfway across the map, and he was basically home. He sent me a message saying, "Oh, he's about to come out of the Arctic into the forest. Can I come on to help him out because he's overloaded to like as protection from bears?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I get on again, and we had a few run-ins with bears. Nothing special. He got killed like once or twice, and I revived him because he gave me some of his stuff, but he wasn't able to give me enough that he wasn't encumbered anymore. So I took as much as I could, and we basically got right to the drop pods. We were at the drop pods when a storm hit, and I put the stuff that I had on me in my drop pod, and I run back to him, and I'm like, "Give me some more stuff." And I don't know, he was confused or what, but he carries on going, and he stops next to my drop pod, not his drop pod, my drop pod, and the storm's getting stronger and stronger, and we're already taking exposure damage from the storm, and I'm like pointing over to his drop pod, and I write in chat like, "That's my drop pod. Your drop pod's the other one." And he's just standing there. And then by the time he realizes, I tell him, "Mate, I have to leave because I'm gonna die if I stay any longer." So I get in my pod and I leave, and he sends me a message not long after that he clicked on return to station, and before the pod animation started and everything, that he was in the pod and he could take off, he died, and he lost everything. He had like the Nev's pick and all high tier shit and all the exotics he'd mined and everything, and he lost it. He was able to retrieve the character with the remove from prospect, but all of his stuff and everything he'd lost because he died in the middle of the leaving animation. If I'd waited any longer, I would have died as well. I basically had like a millimeter of health left when it finally went back to the screen. If I'd waited probably even a second longer, I would have died there as well. And I asked him afterwards, I was like, why were you just standing there? And he was like, "Oh, I was confused. I didn't know which pod was mine." I guess it kind of helps now that in the multiplayer instance they've labeled the drop pods better so you can tell which one's which. I would have been absolutely fuming. I would have been absolutely fuming if that had been me. I mean, he probably lost about 2,000 exotics worth of gear on him, if you add it all up. He had the Nanio, he had the Neves, he had the, what's the name of this? The Ventura knife. He had the workshop bow, bunch of stuff, all gone. And now it was basically he was in the home stretch. He'd already clicked the return to station button. Oh, I don't have a problem with Voyager. I've probably completed it now, like proper full on completed. Well, including the time when I died and people come to rescue me, probably like 4 times. I've done it 3 times completely solo, and then two of those I did with a brand new character. So I started the character fresh with a level 0 character. Voyager's not that bad. The Arctic is easy with the wolves and the snow leopards. It's really the southern glacier with the polar bears. Especially now that they've changed it. If you want to guarantee getting out of there alive, you have to go there with a hunting rifle. Oh, for sure. No, I took basic stuff. I took I took the MXE stuff, so that the pick, the axe, the knife, and I took the oxygen bottle and the water, the canteen, and did we have the backpacks at the time? We didn't have the backpacks then when I first did it. Well, we had the leather backpack, but we didn't have the workshop backpacks. I mean, and I took the usual my usual loadout. I took two ad lift and two mass dampeners, so I can like switch between the two depending on what it is that I'm up to. What do you want, Mr. Wolf? Where did you go? Oh, you're kidding. The fucking bed was showing wolf again, and I thought there was a wolf outside. Do you get that? Do you get that sometimes? I've seen it recently, maybe in like the last week or so. Sometimes the bedroll, you'll see the label wolf on the bedroll and then a level, as though it's a wolf. It only happens every so often, and I can't seem to reproduce it if it's something that I'm doing that's causing it. But every so often, the bedroll will have the label wolf. Will you fit in there? No, of course you won't. We'll have to put you here. As close as we can get you. Well, I haven't seen it in the on the benches. I see it quite regularly on the bedroll, and I can't say that I've noticed it for anything out in the world. Weird. Okay, where are we? We get some of this. Get some of that. Don't need that much. That's enough. We chuck that in there, and then we can carry on mining out the cave. Oh, of course, when we get cave Rona again, why not? Oh, the map. Tell me about it. That's one of my major peeves. That there are sometimes I'll open the map and it's just fine. Everything works nice and smooth, and there are other times when basically the entire prospect, whenever I push it, not just the game, my entire computer starts to lag out like crazy. It must hog so much memory, it's unreal. Like everything. I'll want to go to switch to my browser, and it takes a couple of seconds just to switch between tabs in my browser, and then I come back to the game, and I go to like the craft inventory or crafting interface, or just press escape, and it's just fine. It's just when I open the map up, it makes my entire computer slow down. What do I want? What do I want the tree sap for? Oh, the cement mixer. But we've already got enough in there. We'll top that off, and then we'll leave the rest to put into the biofuel composter. Yeah, 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 I'll eat something. Leave me alone. No, it's weird. It's weird. Like right now, it's just fine. Yeah, my computer's all nice and responsive. There's nothing nefarious going on. But other times, I'll open it, and like literally my entire computer slows down like crazy. Oh, there you go. Now I've got a bit of an issue. It's all stuttery. And I switch to Chrome, and switch between tabs, and it's all slow. It's weird. Yeah, something like that. What do we need? We need some stone for the cement mixer to make a bit more of that. Let's get rid of this. Blocking my view anyway. We'll get rid of the cave Rona. Are you trying to drill to the center of the earth, Mr. Buffalo? What are you doing? Turning yourself into a What are you? Are you some kind of bunker buster cruise missile or something? Look, I'll help you out, mate. You won't like it. Oh, some game meat. That was nice. Thank you for your sacrifice. We'll put you to good use. We'll dry this. We can use that in the desert. That and stringy meat. That's my favourite new meat. As far as I'm concerned, even if I didn't get any other meat, just the stringy meat and T-bones, I'd be happy. The 15% melee attack speed is great for mining. He actually swings the pickaxe like he's alive. It's a lot quicker doing stuff. Yeah. And they like to act like, sometimes they like to walk around like they're in Inception or something, and they walk on like cliffs at a stupid angle. It's like almost a 90 degree cliff, but they're walking along the edge. We should go to sleep, shouldn't we? Then we might actually be able to see something. Oh, we've got more stuff here to smelt. I forgot. Nice. Let's chuck that in there as well, shall we? Okay, and we'll fix the pick. Bash. Like so. And we might as well make ourselves a fresh... Oh, I don't have enough sticks, do I? And I ran out of wood again. I was going to say make a fresh torch, but we don't have enough sticks for either of them. Oh, I like drying the stringy meat because of the 15% melee attack speed. He swings the pick and the knife so much faster. But the soft meat is also nice. And the fact that the scorpions give you shit tons of soft meat is really good. Just about every scorpion I've killed, I've got at least like 6 or 7 bits from them, if not more. A lot of the times it seems like it's like over 10. What am I getting stuck on? Is there a little pebble in the air somewhere? Yeah, there it is. And I'm drying the game meat at the moment for the desert because that gives you 15% melee damage. So between the yeah, a bunch of well, I've only got poison. I've been attacked with this stinger a bunch of times, like really a lot of times, but I've only got poison from them like twice. It's more the pincer attack is more the one you really have to pay attention to. When they get close enough and they start pinching you with those big claws, that does twice as much damage as the stinger does. Like you get two or three, or God forbid, four of them surrounding you, and you've got them all going with the pincer attack. They can go through your health in no minute flat. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. On that mission, I had I'd made the composite. I didn't have the nanio. I'd made myself the composite, and even then they were going through my health like crazy. I use my knife a hell of a lot more on all of the small-bodied predators, like everything: hyenas, cougars, wolves, you name it, boars, scorpion. I use the knife on them all, and with the scorpions in particular, I found I just I just walk backwards and then constantly swing at them, and I get them eventually, and they can't reach me with the stinger either. Because when they go for the stinger, they kind of crouch. You can see like their bodies go down, their claws get a little closer to the ground, and they swing their tail forward, and then they stop for a brief moment. So then you get a little bit of extra distance from them. So I just walk backwards and swing the knife at them. This is one thing that wouldn't happen with Unreal Engine 5. The voxels actually have gravity, like they actually have proper physics. These would have fallen to the ground by now. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a survival type game announced. I think it's sometime in the beginning of next year that's made in Unreal Engine 5. That'll be an interesting thing to see. I've seen some of the game demos of things they have in the works that's still in like alpha. And I mean, Icarus is already looking amazing in Unreal Engine 4, but some of that stuff is just fucking like you really have to take it. Yeah, you really have to like double take as to is that actually a video game or is that a picture of something? I just wish I could keep I wish I could keep RTX turned on. Well, mind you, I haven't tried in this update. I turned it off a couple of updates ago because whatever they seem to change mess things up. I haven't turned it back on since. Well, we're not really going to see much of a difference with the torch. It's nicer. It's definitely got more depth to the light, but you see a big difference in the lighting in the caves with the what's the name, the biofuel lantern. I've got a highlight of it. Where is it? Is this it? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. Share, copy to clipboard. This is a good demonstration of like the difference, the stark difference of RTX on and RTX off in the dark, with the way the light bounces around in the caves. Well, I seem to be okay so far. In the previous update, I turn RTX on, and within a short space of time, my frames would start to significantly drop. But it seems pretty stable now. I'll leave it turned on until I have an issue with it. Am I going to have to go and get buildables? No. It makes a big difference. I mean, without it, you can see okay, but then the light is more general. But then you turn RTX on and you shine the light at the ceiling, and it basically lights up the entire cave. Well, entire cave for a significant radius around you. Did I did I get it all? Was that everything now? Let's give the place one last once over. Double check. Oh, there's a bit of iron. Let me out. Nothing up there. Is that something? Yeah, that's something as well. Titanium. I'll have that, please. That can go towards a hunting rifle. Let's get on there. On. On. Not slide off. Get on. Ah, me buttocks. Am I going to have to go and get buildables just to fucking mine that one node? Or can we get higher? I'm too lazy to go and get a thatch buildable to reach it. I probably could have got the buildable, come back and mined it properly by now, but okay, I'll go get a buildable. And we'll make a bit of steel as well. We're gonna need some of that shortly. We'll go down to 20. And chuck the rest of the iron in there. Give you a little bit more coal. I normally do as well. It's just I was so distracted until now by trying to get the T-bone, and I've been procrastinating a lot, just like, you know, aimlessly wandering around. I'm like, do I want to do this or do that? And I'm not really feeling it. Like now, I'm thinking, what do I need to do next? I know what I need to do next, but I just can't get my head straight. Gold. That's why I started this whole fucking thing, isn't it? To make the electronics. Gold. Yeah. But I don't have the platinum, do I? Because this Nev's pick is going to break soon. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I've only got 6 fucking platinum. I'm 3 short of making a pick. Because that's going to break soon, and I don't want to have to make a steel pick, so I need to get some more platinum. Okay, Mr. Cave. Mr. Cave, which one do we go to next? We are, where are we? We're in H14. H14. We just emptied that one. Let's go and check this small one out, shall we? There's another small one just above it on the other side as well. Is it here or up there? I think it is up there. Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I didn't make myself a fucking torch, did I? Anyone else? Oh, there's plenty of gold here. 3 nodes in a small cave. And some platinum. Do we have any? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's get rid of that cave Rona. Oh. It's over in a minute. Let's not waste that. We'll just wait outside. Yeah, but as soon as I came out of that cave with RTX on, my frames are starting to suffer. It's nowhere near as smooth. It's a shame because like four or five updates ago, when they first started to make more significant, yeah, and now it stabilizes back to smooth again. Like 5 or 6 updates ago, when they did some significant changes to the graphics, I was happy because that was the first time I was able to leave RTX turned on while streaming, and I didn't have any significant impact on my frames. And then every subsequent update since, it seems to be a bit of a crapshoot. You know, after a certain update, it'll get slightly better, but I still can't have it on all the time. Like if I leave RTX turned on when there's a forest fire, it still absolutely tanks my FPS. I turn RTX off and it's just fine. Then the forest fires don't affect it. But it just keeps going up and down. It meanders. One update it's good, next update it's bad. I don't know what it is they keep tweaking in the graphics, but they can't seem to find that sweet spot yet. And the thing is, it might not necessarily be anything to do with what they're tweaking in the graphics. Like similar to the map thing. If they've got memory leaks right, left, and center, it might be something in relation to that. That when you've got RTX on, it does certain things slightly differently, and then you have memory leaks more often, and that's why you eventually end up starting to get your FPS to tank. Yeah, exactly. Let's save a bit of durability for Christmas, shall we? And I had rather a rude awakening while chatting with Twist on the Discord. I had a suspicion there was something like that there, but I was asking about they were going on about certain things people could do as host on Prospect, and I was asking about oh no, sorry, fucking hell, I'm tired, can't fucking think straight. I mentioned that I noticed I was on when I was on that Prospect helping the dude, someone on my friends list who I'd previously just invited to a Prospect to share in the rewards just randomly entered the Prospect without saying anything or asking or anything. He saw I was on Prospect and he joined. And I've since removed him from my friends list. And I asked, has anyone else started to notice, just rando people that they've added on their friends list, just joining random prospects without asking, and more importantly, in the suggestions, I was saying that could they add some extra, some sort of extra level of security to have to approve, just because they're on their friends list doesn't mean that they should be able to join straight away. That whoever they're joining through should have to like approve that yeah they can join or something. And we continued to talk, and the thing that was a bit of a rude awakening for me, that if someone else joins your prospect and let's say you leave and they host it, well basically whoever's hosting gets the control over kicking people. And even if it's not their prospect to begin with, yeah, they join your prospect, you leave, they host it to continue, they can kick you from that prospect and then you can't ever get back to it. So you could put in all the work getting shit done, yeah, and then some fucker comes on and trolls and kicks you from the prospect. I think that's I think that's quite a significant oversight on part of the devs, to be quite honest, that that's even possible. But I'm guessing that's just down to the way in which they handle the the sessions, because it's client hosted, which is a barbaric practice. It's like fucking going back to caveman times as far as multiplayer gaming goes. Because of the way it handles that, they don't really have a lot of other options until they can figure out some way of like password protecting or something, or having the instance of the prospect locked to whoever actually started it. That's fucking nuts. One stupid maniac could literally troll and steal the progress of an entire prospect. And the one thing they weren't able to answer for me, but I'm gonna try and get an answer on that in the coming days, is if what is it? Someone that you've kicked from a prospect, do they still get the rewards for it at the end? Because kicking them doesn't free up the slot. So if you've got 8 people on a prospect and you kick someone, that slot doesn't free up, so you can't get another person to join. But do they still get the rewards then at the end or not? Because that in my opinion would be the whole point of kicking them. You know, they've done something stupid, and you want to, you know, quote unquote punish them. Say, yeah, look, fuck it, we don't want you to be part of our group anymore. Then they should no longer benefit from any of the rewards. I mean, I guess even that could be abused to a certain degree. You know, someone could get other people in on the prospect, and then just to troll them just before, you know, completing the mission, he could kick everyone, and then he had the other people's help to get the prospect done that much quicker. But then just, you know, just to troll them, he gets rid of them all and gets the rewards himself. Not like it really matters in the grand scheme of things to the person, because everyone gets the same amount of rewards. It would be purely for the troll, but still that would completely be a possibility. It can swing both ways, having that kind of control. But that definitely woke me up. I'm not gonna be inviting as many random people to my prospects anymore to share in the rewards. Not until they put some level of protection in. There's a handful of people that have come to the prospects more frequently. Probably like 4 or 5, maybe tops, 3, 4, 5-ish. Those people I trust, and I'd have them back. But I'm not going to be putting any more posts in LFG saying, you know, DM me your friend code and you can join the prospect to share in the rewards. It's just one moron, you know. One, you only have to have one, and in this case, it was that one particular guy that joined that prospect. It wasn't even mine. That's what was most annoying. If it was my own one, I would have written to the guy and said, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?" Asked him, and then probably regardless of his answer, I would have kicked him from the prospect. But it wasn't even my prospect. It was the prospect of someone else where I'd gone to help them, to revive them, and he joined off of me. So I didn't even have the option of kicking him, because the other guy was host. It's this thing about the the instance being hosted on the client's end that causes issues. They save certain information on the server, which is this save, and then the heartbeat is just like some check to check the connection. because when you play offline, you still see this saved, but then it's saving locally, but you don't see the heartbeat. But from my understanding of it, because the hosting is done on the client end, and only certain parts of the data is stored on the server. There's some issue. I'm not tech savvy in that regard. You know that they could explain it to me seven different ways to Sunday, and I probably wouldn't really understand it. But someone, I think it was Twist, mentioned something about there being an issue with the way in which uh, Steam handles this system, and in connection with the way that the game itself, the hosting is done on the client's end. There's some problem in the systems communicating or whatever that makes it more difficult for them to just like set up a password or something. Did we make resin already? No, we got the oxide, but we never did get some more wood to make some resin. Oh, for now, yeah. I did a significant amount of spring cleaning on my friends list after that conversation. Probably purged a good 20-25 people. You can kind of tell from the get-go that the ones that are a bit weird. This guy in particular, I posted on LFG that I have a prospect in its final stages. DM me and I'll give you my friend code, and you can join to share in the mission rewards. And it usually fills up pretty quick. Like my DMs will blow up, and I have to pick basically like the first 5 or 6 or 7 or however many places I still have free after friends have joined. And this guy messaged me probably about 10-15 minutes after I put the original post out, asking whether there was still space or not. And I said, yeah, sure, we've got a spot open. And he says, okay, I'll be in like 10 minutes or so. So I was already waiting around for him to a certain degree to join. And then when he came, he was just completely unresponsive. Like past that, he didn't write anything in. He didn't write anything on Discord. He didn't write anything in chat. He basically just came down to the planet, got out of his pod, got back in again and left. And no, thank you, no, anything, nothing. It was and I don't know. I get a bit of a weird vibe about certain people sometimes. Like I tend to trust my gut instinct on those kinds of things, and just from the get-go, the way that he was the way that he wrote things on Discord, just the way he worded things, and just the delay in certain issues, I just got a bad vibe from him, and then it was that guy that just randomly joined the prospect, but can't really trust the gut vibe for everything, so it's just going to be better safe than sorry, and unfortunately not have not have reward sharing parties. It's the typical thing. One moron spoils the fun for everyone. All of that lovely, lovely aluminium. Aluminium. Put the surplus in there. We'll put the titanium in there for now. We've got gold. Just need that bloody resin. Hurry up. How many? We need 5 electronics for the thing. How many can we make? Let's do that then. I think I'm going to call it there. It's already 2 a.m. and I was actually hoping to go to bed on time today. I'm a few hours overdue. Well, I definitely didn't get anywhere near as much accomplished as what I wanted to because of all the fucking bear hunting and general procrastinating. We'll get a jump on it tomorrow when I'm actually feeling alive. I took a little break, just before what is it? Restarting the prospect. I went on a break and had a bit of had some food, but I definitely overate. I felt like, you know, on Christmas, after Christmas dinner, when you like just pig out on the couch and you wish that there was an iron lung to help you breathe. I was feeling like that. And I just didn't want to. I didn't really want to get back to prospecting, but I was like, oh, might as well get a little bit more progress in before I go to bed. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I know. I don't know where they are yet. I haven't seen if anyone's posted the information about it on the Discord, or if they've added it to Icarus Intel yet. I'm guessing not, because this is so new. Where is it? Concealment recovery. Oh, they did add it. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. They're really close. J14. This J14 in a new location. The one in J14 is usually in a different place, just above the twin caves in the valley, and then over in C13 in like in the middle of a Y intersection where there's a rocky outcrop. No, there's another location in J14. The what is it? When you're on Unearthed, when you're on Unearthed research, the one in J14 is there's that funny shaped lake in the middle of J14, and if you go further south from there, where there's that like tan coloured open area, that's where the vein is on that mission. There's 2 different locations in that area. The one on concealment recovery, there's a strange U-shaped. There's a strange U-shaped little, I don't know what you'd call it, crag or whatever. And then there's 2 caves right opposite each other on the inside. One of them's a mega cave, and the other one's a large cave. On this one, on concealment recovery, the vein is just at the top of that cliff face. It's in a slightly different location. Well, it's nice that they're adding in new locations. I just hope they manage to figure out making the I hope they figure out how to make the veins randomize, so they won't always be in the same place on each mission. So, like, let's say there's a pool of, I don't know, over the entire map there's a pool of 45 different locations for the vein, and then let's say within the area, the boundaries of the mission, let's say there's 20 available, and then every time that you start that prospect, it would let's say for that mission there are supposed to be 2 veins that are active, then it would randomly select from those 20 of which 2 it will activate. That would be the ultimate, I think. Because, like, making it totally random, where it can put it just about anywhere, could be potentially bad, because it might put it in a place that would be really hard or nigh on impossible to get to. But if they have, like, fixed locations, but then it just randomizes between, you know, exactly which one of those locations it's at, would make it, yeah, it would definitely make it more, because they need a lot of the static locations to choose from. Otherwise, once people have learned all of the locations, all you really need to do is go and, you know, manually go past each one of them until you find it. On concealment, yeah, C13. There's some rocks that kind of look like a dude waving and someone standing next to him. And there's like a Y intersection in between those rocks. It's right at the center of that Y intersection. Oh no, I'm sure they'd have it, because that information can be data mined, and they recently rewrote the code for, well, for where certain information is pulled from for the map, and that information they pull directly from the data mining. Anyway, if I keep on pacing around the house, I'm going to end up sitting here 3 or 4 hours from now, so I'm going to have to push myself to close the game. It's typical. It's Minecraft all over again. It's like one more block, one more block, one more block, one more block. Oh, look, the sun's coming up. Nah, I need to go to bed. Well, thanks for following along. I'll be back tomorrow, and if you're interested in, like, looking at the the bear attack stuff, there's definitely, I mean, since the update, I've probably got nearly 20 hours on stream just since the update. I played a ridiculous amount lately. Well, thanks for following along. Glad you enjoyed yourself. I'm gonna go pass out. So I'll see you next time.